In this video, we're going to be solving another Codewars problem. This one's called multiples of 3 or 5. Okay, so here's our problem. If we list all the natural numbers below 10 that are multiples of 3 or 5, we get 3, 5, 6, and 9. The sum of these multiples is 23. Finish the solution so that it returns the sum of all the multiples of 3 or 5 below the number passed in. And it says note if the number is a multiple of both 3 and 5, only count it once. Okay, so they only gave us the test case that they described in the description, so it's going to give it 10 and it's expecting 23. And let's turn on Quokka. There we go. Okay, so the first thing we need is a variable to keep track of the sum. So let sum equal 0. So to find the multiples of 3 or 5 that are below that number, we could do a loop. Right, so we're going to loop through each number below the given number. And we're going to check, is it multiple of 3? Yes or no. Is it a multiple of 5? Yes or no. And if it is either of those, we'll add it to the sum. So for let I equal, we'll start with 1. I is less than number, I plus plus. Okay, so we want to check to see, first let's check to see if the number is a multiple of 3. So if I is a multiple of 3, then that means that we can divide I by 3 and we should get 0 as a remainder. So we can do if I mod 3 is equal to 0. And if so, then we can say sum plus equals I. So we're going to take the current sum and add I to it. Right? So next we can check if I is a multiple of 5. So same thing. We can actually copy this and say if I mod 5 is equal to 0, then sum plus equals I. But remember that the problem description said that if it's a multiple of 3 and 5, we should only count it once. So to do that, we need to make sure that this second if, the one where we're checking if it's a multiple of 5, we need to make sure that that part only runs if I was not already a multiple of 3. And we can do that by putting an else at the beginning. So else if I mod 5 is equal to 0. Then we'll add. And of course, if it's not a multiple of 3 or 5, it'll do nothing and move on to the next number. So then when we're done with the loop, we can just return sum. And there we go, we get 23, which is what we expected. Alright, so I hope you found that helpful, and if you want to see more of these, you can hit the subscribe button. And if you want to see the code, it'll be on GitHub, link will be in the description, and I'll see you next time.